obviously New Yorkers are not watching Fox constantly, and so they're not afraid of the term democratic socialism. If I fall down, I want an ambulance. If my house is on fire, bring your hose. You know what I mean? Yeah. We are looking. I'm not scared of the term. I think they're scared of the term in this country. But Social Security is a democratic socialism. Partly unemployment insurance is. The people who pick up your garbage, the people who take the fire out at your house, all of these things are democratic socialism. And there's a major reaction formation going on right now. If you see, we'll see soon, we're talking about it later, about Republican senators are turning, congressmen are turning on Trump. And people have had it with this right-wing, nasty politics that we've had to subject ourselves since this guy got into office.
Donald Trump.
These people are so dumb. You would think a person on TV would be educated enough to have a real conversation. They have no idea what they're talking about. It's like they're reading a news headline and they're not even reading the article. Wasted Face has something to say, and I think she actually was...
AFG, Alyssa Farrah Griffin, he's referring to.
You just talked about these goods and services. You want the police to come. You want the fire department to come. Well, one of your new candidates, Avila Chevalier, who won last night, wants to abolish the police and all prisons.
Prisons, ICE, border.
How would you deal with somebody who committed murder?
Crazy.
Avila Chevalier, who won last night, wants to abolish the police and all prisons. She
Insane.
4 times. How would you deal with somebody who committed murder?
Yep. Should they go to prison? She evaded. She's a sucker. She's a goofy DAC. DAC is goofy.
How would you deal with somebody who committed
She's disgraceful.
murder then? What is your
She's
plan?
villainous.
She dodged and didn't
She's
answer.
cretinous.
She tweeted that Obama is evil, Biden is a rapist and a war criminal, and believe Kamala Harris.
Yeah, Obama is evil isn't the craziest thing she said. Out of all of the things she said, bro, you have people across the board who think Obama is evil. Woke Obama, faux Obama is evil. So, yeah. So, to make it seem like she's crazy for saying Obama is evil, or she's woke for saying that is crazy. She is woke, but to say she's woke for saying he's evil is crazy. Yeah, there are people across the board. There are Republicans who say he's evil. There are Indies who say he's evil. There are Dems who say he's evil. So, yeah, I don't have a problem with her saying he's evil. But if she's saying he's evil for like goofy reasons, then yeah, I have a problem with that. But just saying he's evil, like, it doesn't make you terrible or trash. But if you are saying he's evil because he doesn't agree with you blindly, or because he doesn't share every sentiment you have pertinent to the other team, the Republicans, or whatever, then yeah, it is a different story. But just saying he's evil doesn't make you trash. But run it back.
Alyssa Chevalier, who won last night, wants to abolish the police and all prisons. She was asked 4 times, how would you deal with somebody who committed murder then? What is your plan? And she dodged and didn't answer. She tweeted that Obama is evil, Biden is a rapist and a war criminal, and believe...
Biden did support the genocide in Gaza, bro. He did support it. He did endorse it. He did. So there's validity to that part, but to say he's a rapist with no evidence is crazy. Even though I don't align with Faux Leiden politically, even though I really dislike Faux Leiden, I don't jump to the conclusion that he's a rapist or puts this jacket on him with no evidence, baselessly, groundlessly, with no real proof to substantiate the claim. So, yeah, part of it, the second half of the Faux Leiden part is true. He does, yeah. But the rapist label is baseless, groundless. Faux Leiden is weird. He has done weird stuff to. He has done weird stuff before But to say he's a rapist with no evidence is crazy. I say the same thing when it comes to Trump. The people who say he's a rapist with no evidence are bugging. You have to be rooted in reality. You can't just slander just because you disagree with him politically. You have to be of integrity. You have to be logical. You have to be fair. You have to be honest. You have to be temperate. You have to be sagacious. You have to be careful with your words. Because if you are not careful with your, but if you refuse to be careful with your words, if you refuse to be careful with your words, you will end up in trouble.
How would you deal with somebody who committed murder then? What is your plan? And she dodged and didn't answer. She tweeted that Obama is evil, Biden is a rapist and a war criminal, and bleep Kamala Harris.
F. Kamala. Yeah. A lot of people across the board say F. Kamala. So she's not evil for saying F. Kamala. But if she's saying F. Kamala for goofy reasons, then yes, she is trash. In this case, when she says F. Kamala, she is trash. Meant to say the reason I will give to you that she said F. Kamala makes her trash in this case. She said F. Kamala because Kamala didn't agree with everything the radical lefties said when it came to the immigration stuff, to the border, to the southern border. She didn't agree with everything the radical lefties were asserting. So DAC said F. Kamala. There are many things to say F. Kamala for. There are many real things to be critical of Kamala for, but because she didn't agree obsequiously with the radical lefties when it came to the immigration, she's the devil. Kamala is disgraceful though. Don't get it twisted. She is terrible. She is very woke. She is very mendacious. She's smeared people, slandered people, including Trump during the presidential debate. She said he was referring to physical violence when he said there will be a bloodbath if he loses the re-election. He was referring to the auto industry. Kamala didn't give an F, bro. She's sucky, she's mucky, she's horrible, but to say she's terrible for not simping for the radical lefties completely is all the way absurd. It is all the way ridiculous. It is all the way ridiculous. It is all the way ridiculous. It is all the way ludicrous. It is all the way insane. It is all the way irrational, illogical. But saying F. Kamala doesn't make you automatically villainous or terrible.
Running on an affordability agenda. These were answer. She tweeted that Obama is evil, Biden is a rapist and a war criminal, and bleep Kamala Harris. These were not people
F-U-C-K Kamala, to be precise, is what DAC said. F-U-C-K Kamala.
You want the fire department
F-U-C-K Kamala Harris.
Avila Chevalier, who won last night, wants to abolish the police and all prisons. She was asked for...
To be fair, she ended up apologizing to Kamala Harris at a later point, but she did say F. Kamala. It is true that she was pissed when she said F. Kamala, but being pissed doesn't excuse goofiness. But yeah, she did apologize. She did apologize to Kamala Harris. To Kamala Harris. Yes.
They're reading the news headline.
You deal with somebody who committed murder then? What is your plan? And she dodged and didn't answer. She tweeted that Obama is evil, Biden is a rapist and a war criminal, and believe Kamala Harris. These were not people running on an affordability agenda. These were left-wing extremists.
Facts.
That were
Radicalists, partialists, cultists,
so
dogmatists.
You need to win if you want to take back the left-wing extremists that were elected last time. How would you deal with somebody who committed murder then? What is your plan? And she dodged and didn't answer. She tweeted that Obama is evil, Biden is a rapist and a war criminal, and believe Kamala Harris. These were not people running on an affordability agenda. These were left-wing extremists.
Words.
That
Words.
were
We concur.
at the expense
We converge.
of moderate Democrats.
Yes.
So see that
Yes.
you guys do need to win if you want to take back the House.
I don't like the way she sounds at all.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Well, but she's not the party.
But
She's
that
one
is-
person.
But that is the point, is these candidates that were endorsed by DSA, the Democratic Socialists
Of America.
were extreme candidates. And I've seen this happen in my party where the extreme right wing takes over and you can't get your party back. I would warn you all, this is very dangerous and it could risk
Scary.
losing the House.
Very
One
scary.
thing I disagree with about the extreme Republicans.
Hold up.
Get your party back.
Run it
I
back.
would warn you all, this is very dangerous. Extreme candidates, and I've seen this happen in my party where the extreme right wing takes over and you can't get your party back. I would warn you all, this is very dangerous and it could risk you losing the House.
This is based AFG. This is based AFG. Bars. Double entendre. I will break it down. Based AFG. Based AF. Based AFG. Based AFG. Based AF means in the first entendre based AS space FUCK comma G as in Griffin, her last name, based AFG, based comma logical truthful on point AFG. Alyssa Farrah Griffin, AFG is the acronym that stands for Alyssa Farrah Griffin. Double entendre bars. I just broke it down for you. Yeah. Everything she said was on point, bro. You can't dispute the truth. You can't refute the truth. You can't repudiate the indisputable facts, bro. You can disagree, but you can't dispute the truth. You can disagree, but you can't dispute or refute the truth. It is what it is.
I think I disagree with about the extreme Republicans.
Get your party back. I would warn you all, this is very dangerous and it could risk you losing the House.
She typically mixes based stuff with woke stuff on The View.
These candidates
But
that were
in this
endorsed by
this
DSA,
part,
the
she
Democratic
was
Socialists,
all the way
were
based. There was
extreme
no wokeness.
candidates.
There was
And
no
I've seen this happen in my party
softness.
where the
There was
extreme
no
right wing takes
goofiness
over
in
and you
this.
can't get your party back.
It was
I
all
would
the way
warn you all, this
based.
is
There was
very
complete
dangerous and it could
basedness,
risk you
complete
losing the House.
accuracy,
The only
complete
thing I
truth
disagree
in
with about
this.
the extreme Republicans.
Impartiality,
I would warn you all, this is very dangerous and
balance,
it could risk you losing the House.
nuance.
The only thing I disagree with about the extreme Republicans.
Word up.
These candidates that were endorsed by DSA, the Democratic Socialists, were extreme candidates. And I've seen this happen in my party where the extreme right wing takes over and you can't get your party back. I would warn you all, this is very dangerous and it could risk you losing the House.
The only
Word.
thing I disagree with about the extreme Republicans.
What?
What are the extreme Republicans doing? Telling you men should be in the women's bathrooms? We need lower taxes? Tariffs? What are the extreme Republicans saying?
Yeah, he's not stupid, bro. He's being dishonest, bro. He's pretending to be clueless. He's pretending to be clueless, to be oblivious, to be unaware, to be. Yeah, it is nuts. The pretense, the fugaziness, the faux cluelessness is all the way crazy, bro. This puppet dude, he's bugging all the way, bro. It is trash. It is all the way sad. It is all the way detestable, bro. Pathetic. He had the temerity to ask this in a dishonest way, bro. He had the unmitigated gall, in the words of Stephen A. Smith, to ask this in a disingenuous, bad faith way. Yeah, He had the nerve to do this, bro. Yeah. What do you mean? Yeah, what's the F do you mean? What extreme Republicans are present? Yeah. Or what are they doing? What do you mean? What they are doing? What do you mean? What are they doing? Yo, really, bro? Really? Yeah. They're saying Indian slurs, the J words, JEET. This is one thing. They're calling Usha Vance, JD Vance's wife, Indian slurs. Vivek Ramaswamy, Indian slurs. The Dinesh D'Souza, Indian slurs. They're saying Indians who were born in America don't belong in America, bro. They're saying Muslims who were born in America don't belong in America, bro. They're saying Arabs who don't belong in America don't belong in America. They should be deported. You got people like Randy Fine who say, there are no innocent Palestinians. Dogs are better than Muslims, bro. You got Dan Blazarian who said you got the Dan Blazarians on the other side of the anti-Muslim parts of the Republican Party. You got the anti-Semitic people like Dan Blazarian who say Jewish Israelis are terrorists. The majority of the Israeli population is evil. He's lumping innocent people when he says the majority of the Israeli country is evil. He's lumping innocent Israelis, innocent Jewish Israelis, bro. He says Jews control everything. It is nuts, bro. You got people in the YR, the Young Republicans chat, who say, gas the Jews, send the Jews to the gas chambers, bro. Who say anti-Asian slurs, anti-black things. Who say anti-gay slurs, FAGGOT. You got Paul Ingracia, in another Republican chat who say, You got Ingracia. This cornball says he has a bit of a Nazi streak in him. This dude. He also said, never trust a Chinaman or an Indian. He said, no Moulignan holidays, bro. MOULIGNON, if my memory is correct, the spelling of it. Moulignan. No Moulignan holidays, bro. All black holidays should be eviscerated. This is what he said, bro. Moulignan is a racist term for black people, an Italian racial slur for black people. Yo, come on, bro. I can go on and on, bro. Yo, stop. To say that, to make it seem like the Republican Party is infallible is all the way problematic. It is all the way deleterious to the growth of the Republican Party. It will lead to a bigger exodus, a higher number of people leaving, defecting, saying deuces, peace, jumping ship, whatever you want to say. This will cause stiff consequences for the Republican politicians in the midterms, bro. There's softness on the people who needs to be checked. There's poltroonery. There's people are handling the radicals with kids' gloves, bro. You got Republican commentators who say they're just saying jokes. The people who joked about putting Jewish people in gas chambers, bro. The people in the YR chat who joked about this, they did this in bad taste, bro. It was really distasteful what they did. No, bro. Murder jokes, extermination jokes, those are not funny, bro. Like, don't get it twisted. If the racial jokes are, there's nothing wrong with making racial jokes if they are funny, if they are skillful. No race is off limits. No group, no orientation, no religion is off limits. You can say the wildest, you can say the craziest things pertinent to every race, bro, to every community. It has to be funny, though. It has to be satirical, sarcastic, humorous, comical, comedic, in jest. It has to be skillful, adept, proficient also. Not just provocative, not just... yeah. What they were doing was provocative, rage baiting, antagonistic BS, bro. They were not trying to be funny, to be... There's no evidence that they were trying to be funny, but you got the Republican puppets who say they're making jokes. How do you know they were making jokes, you goofy? Yeah, you want this to be the case to justify hatred of groups you disagree with, of communities you disagree with. These people are woke too, not just the radical lefties. These Republican people who make excuses for these radical people in the Republican Party, they are woke too. Woke is not limited to one party or group. If you are soft on people who should be checked, you are woke. If you are soft, if you make excuses, if you are a poltroon, if you try to justify nonsense, you are woke. F your political bent, F your political persuasion, F your race, your religion, your orientation, who you want to sleep with, all of these things don't even matter. If you lie to cause hatred against entire groups of people just because you disagree with them, you are woke, period. Peace.